Okay. Sorry about everybody. I don't know. Oh no, it's unstable again. Okay, now it's being unstable. Okay. I'm not sure what happened. And then it like acted like I was still live, but I kept on trying to like restart it and it wouldn't. Oh God, it's doing it again. It just keeps dropping and disconnect. It's annoying. I'm sorry. Okay, great. Glad that everybody can see this. Sorry about that. We might just keep dropping connection. Just keep coming back to the channel is all I can say. I'm sorry. If it just isn't working. Okay, so I got a weird email today. So one of the things, so you know, like degrees, it did. Oh no. I'm gonna step away for a sec. I'll be right back. Are you having any issues with internet? Might. Hello, my friends. I was talking to my brother and I was like, are you having any problems with the internet? Because my stream is going down. So I was like, yeah, so just trying to figure it out. Now I'm not even getting like the internet connection issues. If you guys can... Okay, I am back. Okay, great. I am back. Okay. I know it's going to be freezing. I do apologize. I can't control it. I tried to like refresh to see if that would make it better, and it did not, which is not a surprise. Okay, great. I'm not quite sure why that was happening. I apologize. The internet at this place can be like really hit or miss, which is weird because I don't know. I just think it's weird. We don't like live out in the country by any means. So, you know, encountering like all these the O to my accent is really like coming out and I hate it. But like encountering all these kind of problems with like electricity and internet, I'm like, wow. Yeah. Those pillows are pretty flat, but that's fine because I imagine that she's been laying in pain all day and it's pretty much flattened her pillows. Okay. Where are you, Carmen? Oh, she's so big. She's like, I'm sorry, that's not funny. It just kind of is. Babe, I think you just need to be like a teeny tiny smaller, okay? Just a little bit, girl. That's about good. That's about good. That any smaller and she'd probably be way too tiny. Okay, great. I'm gonna lock that. I'll come back to it later. Actually, wait. If you see my lips moving or if I start like randomly singing, I do apologize. I'm listening to music on my phone. And I'm listening to Jessie Reyez and I love her. I love her. I'm obsessed. So thank you all for taking the time to be on the stream as you do. I do appreciate it. I know that we're busy. I know that technical difficulties are not fun to deal with. So I really appreciate you joining me for this journey. And sticking with me. That does not look like a phone. You know what? It's fine. We'll leave it. No, we won't. I'm sorry. There are some things I can accept, other things I cannot. Actually, it might be in the concept art. This was concept art for the original. Ah, that's how I did it. Okay. Sorry, dancing. You didn't get to pry. Well, wait, boy, just give me some time. The best thing you can do is just ignore me. Forget I was born, baby, ignore me. Since you don't need me anymore. Does anybody else like Betty Who? I like Betty Who a lot. You didn't get to say. It's all that changed. Oh, and I should bring this up really quick. I believe I said that I was going to be streaming on Friday. I'm actually not going to be streaming tomorrow night, but I will be streaming probably on Saturday and Sunday, honestly, because I'm going to need to... Those are my final days to finish up this film, so... It's a new scene. It's a new start. Does anybody remember Spirit Stallion the Cimarron, or is Cimarron, or is that just me? Bro, I love that movie as a kid so much. That movie changed my life. And I didn't learn until I was older, but like Bryan Adams was the one that did the music for the film. Okay, we gotta, no. Yeah, it was a really, you know, I have to watch that one again. I have to watch that one again, honestly. My mom was going back through some of like my childhood movies and trying to figure out like which ones she should get rid of. And I was just telling her, I was like, well, you can't get rid of Spirit. You can't get rid of, you know, she tried to get rid of Shrek 2, and I was like, you can't do that. Like, Shrek 2 is even better than Shrek 1. So, like, the idea that you would get rid of Shrek 2, like, I'm sorry, it just doesn't sit well with me, mother, you know? Which was an interesting... argument to have with your parents and probably like a very petty argument to have with your parents. I don't recommend it. I was just like, you can't get rid of Shrek 2. It's better than Shrek 1. Like, do you understand that Shrek 2 sets standards for writing sequels? Like, my mother has put up with so much of my bullshit. And I wonder how she's been able to stand it. Yeah. You know what I really want to also do with my life? I want to get back into reading books. Before I started school again, I pretty much just read books all the time. I got back into it. It's funny because as a child, I read so much and I did it for fun. And now I realize that I largely did that for a sense of escapism. So like you get to be an adult and it's just like, why do I not feel so compelled to like read anymore? And it's like, oh, just because. Oh, now I think I know why we're experiencing kind of technical issues. I'm hearing some storm stuff outside now. So we got some ibuprofen. Maybe we got a little mug. I'll do like a green. You gotta make the space feel cluttered. Maybe we've got like a little pen on the nightstand here. Shh, okay. There we are. Beautiful. Okay. Got this. Could be adjusted, but I think it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You know what? It's fine. Nobody's perfect. You live and you learn it. Maybe we've got a stack of Post-it notes here. Like colorful little Post-it notes. Hopefully I won't have to go into any close-ups. We'll see. Yeah. Light purple. Just a stack of Post-it notes on top of the book. I love how I'm adding all these details and you're literally going to see them for like 3 seconds. Such is making an animated film, isn't it? Isn't it crazy like how much detail goes into making animated films, but you don't even really see it? So it also kind of brings to mind the question, like, does it really truly, oh, no, 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 that's not what I wanted. I'm sorry, that's Carmen's layer. It also kind of brings into question, like, do you really truly need those details? And are they truly important, like, if people can't see them? You know? Does adding details that someone might not necessarily notice, like, does that help with, like, your artistic integrity? Do you think it can genuinely, like, help kind of build the story environment if no one knows what it is that, you're doing? Or no one really picks up on it? That's a good, that's an interesting, like, kind of philosophical question, I think, to explore when it comes to creating things. There we go. I'd like to say yes. I'd like to say that it does matter, because if it matters to you, then it matters. And you shouldn't necessarily, like, create for the sake of, like, appealing to an audience. You should do something that you want to make. It's cool if you can take a project that's not necessarily, like, your own story, and kind of run with it and sort of make it into something that you would love and admire working on. There we are. But I don't think it's entirely a necessity to have to, like, create your own thing from scratch, and need to, in order to find joy in something that you're making, if that makes sense. But I think that you should always find joy in the things that you're making, whether it's, like, the own things that you're creating, or whether you're helping somebody else work on their project. You should always find some kind of sense and joy in the things that you're making. Otherwise, it's kind of like, why are you making them? And also, like, that's gonna make you burn out. When I first completed Grunge, I was pretty burnt out, although I did go on to do Campground and Roses. However, I'm not like, Campground and Roses, I think, are cute, and they can kind of provide you with, like, a little bit more insight into some characters' lives, but they're by no means, like, good games. Which is interesting, because Roses has been downloaded, like, an awful lot for something that I don't really even think of as a good game. But they're not like super interactive. They're not super in depth. I think Grunge is, like, a way better game in comparison to those two, because it's just like Grunge has, like, more things for you to do. Although, like, I've gotten, like, feedback on making Grunge too. And while I love making video games, I think that the next time I make video games, I'm gonna end up making, like, I'm planning on making a visual novel instead. Just so that there is a little bit less interactivity and there's less ways for me to get carried away with myself, but also so that it can kind of make the narrative a little bit more grounded. Okay, why does this look all matchy-matchy? That's gross. Do I like that? Do I like that? Nah. Well, actually, in the back, it's fine because it's kind of further away from the source of light. Further away from the source of light. I'm not doing any lighting here. I told myself as I start working on lighting. Hey, no. Just a little bit of shading, maybe. See, no, that looks too, oh. No, no, thank you, sir. Okay, no, we're not going to worry about it. Let me fix that, though. Hey, I said let me fix it. Okay, there we go. Excellent. Well, actually, let me see. See, that seems too dark and too harsh. I'm not a big fan of that either. What if I did something like that? That's still too dark and too harsh. Something like that. Now, for whatever reason, I just think the one thing works, like, looks so much better like that. So we're going to keep it like that. I love how she's got like the squarest bed in the world. It's so comfortable. Like, very like kind of, I kind of want it to look a little periwinkle. Maybe she's got kind of, I'm going to add like a shadow overlay, like some, like just a thin black layer. And then I adjust the opacity on that. Ah, there it is. There's my mess up. Look at that. Look at that, everybody. It's the thing that makes me cry myself to sleep at night. Hey. No, thank you. I'm just pounding around looking for like different music. Mind. Mm-hmm. You know what I ought to start doing for these streams, especially now that I have to listen to music alone, like, and I can't like let you guys listen to the music that I'm listening to. I should probably like put together like a stream playlist, link to it, and then just let you guys like listen along to music with me. I think that would be like a fun way to make it interactive so that you're not looking at silence. Okay, Carmen. She is the cutest little button nose. She really does. She's got this cute little button nose. Like it's got like a little bit of a whoop to it, you know? Oh, look at that. That's transparent. Okay. You know, I don't think that, oh. Nope, 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 nope. Just gonna have to suck it up and draw at this angle. I didn't want to. Congratulations, you played yourself. Oh no, I'm a stupid. Oh my god, I'm dumb. Okay, I can't do that. And now I understand problems you can see. Oh, I was listening to Video Killed the Radio Star, which I'm sorry, it's just a banger. I love it. Like I honestly like just the opening, I just love it. I like his part more than I like the girl's part. I think the girl's part, like the background singer's part, is a little bit too much, you know? I think we'll be able to get the first part of this scene done tonight. Gonna put these on a separate layer, the eyebrows on a separate layer, so that I can mess with them later if I need to. This is her eyes closed. That looks so bad on your guys' end. Like, it's amazing how like flipping an image like makes it kind of look worse. Because I think when recording it kind of like gives us a mirror image here. So like I'm looking at the mirror image on this monitor and I'm like, gross. But I promise it does not look that bad. Well, this is going to be hard. Okay. So when you cry, your tears don't come out like the center of your face. They come out like the corner. I was like thinking for a second, I'm like, should I make myself cry on camera so that I can film it and figure out like which way my tears will go? Actually, yeah, I want to look that up. Which direction do tears fall? Oh, they do. They fall out of the innermost corner of your eye. I mean, I figured that they did. I was just like, why do I see? I guess it's more like the angle of your face will cause it to go like back. It's so interesting because like you see so many like. So this is a scene that is going to take like me a little bit more time for like a multitude of reasons. Mostly because I have to draw the tears curving over. And I think I'm going to set it at different opacities so that it doesn't look so blotchy. Let's do like a 70, 80. Looks pretty good. Beautiful. Technology, and now I understand the problems you can see. Beautiful. I love it. Okay, great. So the reason why I did it on two separate, like I did two separate sides for the tears is so that I have like a little bit more, so I can kind of make them a little bit asymmetrical because tears don't usually fall out asymmetrically. I mean symmetrically, perfectly symmetrically. Sometimes there's one side that like falls faster than another. So by doing like different sides for it, it kind of gives me a little bit more control. So now that I've got kind of the base for my eyes here too, the nice thing is that I can do this and then I can go boop. Oh, I'm sorry. No, not what I actually wanted to do. Then I can do something that I absolutely didn't want to do, I say. I love how I'm giving art tutorials and I'm totally unqualified to give any art tutorials of any sort. It's fine. We have fun here on this channel. All three of us in this stream have fun here on this channel. I wish I could have more consistent streaming schedule. And now that I have ideas, or now that I have like a solid place of where I'm going to be, I feel a lot better about setting up an actual streaming schedule in the future. I just have to finish this film first. But there are a lot of games coming out that like I just until YouTube is my full-time job, which I would not be opposed to YouTube being my full-time job, although I am going to school to be a filmmaker. YouTube is a kind of filmmaking, so I would not be opposed to doing YouTube full-time if that opportunity ever arose. Because then I would be able to cover so many more games. I'd be able to play so many more games. And I feel like there are a lot of people that are now kind of discovering this channel. It was really kind of surprising. I got like 2 requests within like a week time span to cover a game. And normally like I'd get one maybe every once in a while. I don't want to say like every month, because that would be inaccurate, but maybe like every 3 months or so somebody would like contact me and be like, hey, do you want to cover my game? So she has. This is what I mean when I say like Carmen's eyes are kind of the worst, because like they are so difficult to draw, and I have no one to blame but myself. I can't even blame her. It's like I gave you these eyes, baby girl. Like, why did I do that if I didn't want to draw them? There's like squirrels that are on the ceiling. Not the ceiling, the freaking roof of the house, and they are having themselves a ball as of late. They do not leave me alone. They are up at all hours of the night. It's like living with children. It's miserable. I just like wake up and then all of a sudden you hear like squirrels every time. This is what I mean by like, if you're not careful with Carmen's eyes, they will look derpy. Like she's just gonna look weird, or she's gonna look like a derp. That's why I kind of think that she's one of, for me at least, she's the hardest character for me to draw. If you don't handle her eyes right, they just look weird. Even when I draw her eyes, sometimes I'm just like, they look strange. Those don't look like her eyes. It's fine though. We've got this. We've got this, folks. I'm already almost finished with this scene. It took a while. It took literally about an hour. If I could do it without making her look stoned, I would give her eyes like a little bit red, of a redder color to indicate that she's been crying for a long time, but I cannot. No! Why would you do that? Okay, there we go. I just realized something, guys. Where is her lamp? I don't think these things through. Her eyes look decent. Your eyes look decent, I would say, honestly. Yeah, I gotta fix the lighting situation. Me, I'm not doing any lighting for this film. Also, me spends several minutes playing with lighting. Look at that, you guys. I missed a spot. Tricky, tricky. It's tricky. Tricky, tricky. I'm sorry. No. Okay, there we go. Please be nice to me. I forgot I'm on the layer. I gotta. Guys, I also love Little Mix. I don't know if anybody listens to Little Mix. I freaking love Little Mix. They're the girl band that like everybody's asking for, but no one's paying attention to, and it's really disappointing to me. Yeah. Seriously, shouldn't she have a light somewhere? You know, maybe not. She's getting ready to sleep. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I should give the scene a light source or if it doesn't even really matter. Because she is supposed to be going to sleep and kind of talking like on the down low. She doesn't want her dad to know that like she's staying up way past her bedtime and like racking up the phone bill. This is the 90s, so I'm gonna. Oh, you know what? You know what I need? Like one of those old school. Yeah, you know what this scene needs? Since this is about her kind of struggling with endometriosis and like severe like cramps and period pains, I'm gonna bring back one of my best friends from my childhood, which is this friggin' thing. Oh my god. Memories. Memories, my loves. Memories. Oh, look at that. I don't know if anybody remembers these, but these were instrumental to taking care of women with period pains. Literally. I used to just lay on them and burn myself, and you know, it'd be like, you should probably stop burning yourself, and it's like, no, never. I am, Yeah. Just like never. When I had like back problems too and everything, I just constantly was using a heating pad. I was like laying on a heating pad, using it. Yeah. So maybe she's had it plugged in for most of the day, but maybe she's had it plugged in for some time today, but like it's not helping. So she literally has just turned it off. She's even abandoned the heating pad. I mean, when you've abandoned the heating pad, like things are bad in your life, and I'm very sorry. Things have reached a new low. Yeah, but it's like this little blue Sunbeam electric heating pad, and special thanks to Sunbeam because you probably have saved the lives of so many young girls over the years. Like they probably don't even know. She's like this specific heating pad, like every woman and their mother who has ever gone through like severe period pains has like this specific little heating pad. So it's amazing. Okay. Okay, we did it. Here we are. We made it. Hooray. Hooray. This is shot 1. 17A. Here we go. Yay. 17A. 17A. Now we've got our onion skin mode on, so now we are ready to export all of our layers into shot A. So sorry, I'm just stretching, guys. I'm very tired. We'll keep going for about 30 more minutes on the stream or so. Oh my gosh, it didn't copy the link. That's so silly. I had invited people on my Facebook. I was like, hey friends, like if you want, like come check out my channel. I'm live streaming tonight, and it didn't copy and paste the link, so it just looks like I'm talking into the void and saying, come hang out with me. You don't know where I am, but come hang out with me. Oh God. Okay, that's fine though. So I'm gonna take something for reference. So okay. Yes. We're taking this scene for reference. This is going to be for later. This is actually going to be for scene scene 18. And I know it's probably a bad idea to like size everything up. It kind of makes everything like a little bit blurry, but I'd rather do it here than not do it here. So that's my answer to that. That's it. That's the tweet. Has anyone seen that joke on Twitter? That's it. That's the tweet. I was dying. Oh, this is on onion skin mode. I'm like, why is it looking like that? Because you put it on onion skin mode, dummy. It's okay, sweetie. You're doing your best. Okay. Now we just got to make it fit. Yeah. That works. One thing that I probably should have taken into mind with this film is that if she's talking on the phone late at night, she's going to sound a little bit too loud. She's going to sound a little bit too loud. So it's not going to seem very realistic. So we've got this. Oh, no. I can't put the layer there. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay, I'm a dum-dum. That's right. Okay, so then what I'm going to do... So what the film does at times is that it's going to do like a split screen. Essentially trying to like metaphorically show the girls in the same place, although they are very distinctly and clearly not in the same place at all. So I'm just trying to get this all trimmed up. So Carmen is going to be on this side of the board here. And I think that there is a scene that kind of shows you guys what it looks like in the first 4 scenes or so that I put on my Vimeo. So yeah, so this doesn't even matter. This layer no longer matters. This layer can stay here and I can use it later. This layer can go down 1. I'm going to turn that off. So then we've got her, and then all we have to do, we can copy and paste over her facial expressions from this scene, because at this point she stopped crying, so it doesn't even like matter. So we don't even have that much to copy over. We can copy over this mouth, and we'll size that up. We can copy over this mouth, size that one up. Is it going to look the best? You know what? No, scaling things up is going to damage the image, but you know what? We are on a time crunch. Here we go. And there we go. And trust me, we'll make this look fine. So this is actually the first half of scene 18. Ready. Or do I want to do this? Or do I want to show her at a different angle? Yeah, because if she's trying to get comfortable, so actually, we're scrapping this. We're not going to copy and paste that. I spent all that time doing things for nothing. It's fine. I do everything for nothing. Why am I doing that? Okay. Alrighty. Okay. So we're ready to go over to Seraphina's part for shot 17. Scene 17, shot B. And I gotta open up things from, let's see here. Ah, and that little lamp. Come here. Just to give me a little bit of perspective here. Okay, and we don't need this. We don't need this. Don't need that. Don't need that, really. This is not a party. Making a film is hard. I've said it so many times, but I'm like trying to get everything set up, and I'm like trying to figure out, because you don't want like scene content, you don't want a continuity issue where you can just like draw out the continuity issue, you know what I'm saying? So like just trying to get it fixed. So I think what I'm going to do here is I might do some kind of racking focus shot if I can somehow pull it off. We'll try it. It's going to take some different kind of techniques here. This is the bed. I feel like you would see the bottom of the bed. If we're going to pull this off. Bottom of the bed. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Everything is chaos at this point. Wait. There is no nightstand here. So we can't actually do this scene. Damn. Okay. But we could do it like this. If I can figure it out. I feel like you can like make a compilation just out of the funny noises I make during my streams alone, to be completely honest. Just a bunch of chaos. I'm reminded of that. What is it? It's a meme from a cooking show where like he says, "Had a panic attack, set off to make something great. Had a panic attack, bon appetit." That's how I feel with this whole movie. I know, right? I just scream. Like I threw a chair when I figured out how to program like Grunge's video credits correctly. I threw a chair because it wouldn't show up in playtesting. If you put videos in RPG Maker, it does not show up in playtesting, which is so annoying. Like if you try and playtest and then you try to get to the section where it plays the I literally screamed because I didn't realize that it wasn't glitching. I was just like, oh my god, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Why won't I play it? And then it's just like, it's fine. It's just the stupid program. RPG Maker is a valuable tool, you guys, but definitely move on to like other engines when you can. It's a great tool to start out with. Yeah, the playtesting thing really does suck. Like it's just so bad. Because oh my god, I can't even discuss how frustrating like the playtesting thing is. Cause I'm just like, really? Really you're gonna break right now? Really? Like and I swear to God, like things will break on export. Like I'm not lying. There have been times where people have come to me with grunge bugs, and I'm like, yeah, I know what's happening to you, but I literally cannot replicate it. Yeah, you don't need to know any code to make a game, which is great. But it also is a pain in the ass when you like try to find things, and it's like maybe if I knew JavaScript, which I think is I could be wrong, but I thought that that's the programming language that RPG Maker uses. The problem with JavaScript is that JavaScript is like stupid. And I didn't know this, but JavaScript is just dumb. It just doesn't know what it's doing. Uh, so it just kind of breaks all the time. It forgets what it's supposed to do and it breaks, which is so annoying when you're trying to make a game. And I didn't know that. And I was just like, why do I feel so dumb? Like, why isn't anything working the way that I want it to? And it's just like, it's just how RPG Maker is. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you for calling me a queen. I don't know what I did to deserve that, but that's delightful and thank you. Delightful. Hey, welcome. I am just listening to music and drawing and trying not to lose it. Welcome to the stream. I'm working on scene 18. No. Oh my god. I'm so disoriented. Okay, so I'm working on scene 17 and I am working on shot B. So we're working on that. Yay. Welcome to the stream. I apologize for inviting y'all to some place that I looked at that post on Facebook and I'm like, this is so dumb. It looks like I just invited people somewhere and didn't say where I was going, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm sorry. So stupid. Yeah. So I am mostly just being quiet today. I tried to stream with music and it got copyright claims, so it was just on in the background. I was just playing it from my speakers. It wasn't like I was actually kind of rerouting it through anything. It's just feedback from the speakers that's being picked up on my Blue Snowball, and that somehow got a claim. So while I'm impressed with that claim system, no, this is actually an independent film that I'm making called Phone Call. So it's borrowing some characters from a webcomic / video game that I made. And it's been accepted into the Melbourne Queer Games Festival. So I'm trying to get it finished because it's due on Monday. It's due Monday, and yeah, I finished like the first. We've been finishing a lot of scenes on stream, which has been amazing. And thank you to everybody who has been showing up and like encouraging me as I sit here and cry over my bad decisions. But yeah, we're nearly finished. The movie is about 10 to 12 minutes long, and it consists of about 24 different scenes. And these just happen to be the scenes that are the most they are the most kind of heavy in terms of like what's expected from different kind of shots and like actions and things that the characters are doing. Luckily, yeah. Don't feel bad for me because I did this to myself and I fully admit that. And I'm here tonight to say I did it to myself. So yeah, it's fine. I asked for an extension because I was just like, yeah, when do you guys need the file by? Because I think originally I posted on Film Freeway, I said that the film was going to be finished by September. And then they were like, oh, well, we need it by August such and such. And I was like, I will do it. I will rise to the occasion. It's just going to take me literally like staying up most nights to get it done. It's fine. I will sleep some. I'll sleep. I'll sleep, sometime. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Luckily, like, I'm not investing, honestly, a ton of effort into coloring everything and making things look very, very nice. Because we're just not there. It's just not, no. 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 We're not going to be there, as we say in Minnesota. Alrighty. Thank you. I'm glad that you stand insomnia. I'm glad that you stand insomnia. Be sure to get sleep, though. When you can, Gosh, that reminds me, I used to go through like really bad bouts of insomnia, honestly, before I started school, and it's a special kind of hell, insomnia. Luckily, like this particular project, oh, I hate that. Why are you doing that? Why do you make it look so nice on the other one and then you look bad on the other? This particular project is definitely, I am excited. Yes, I'm excited for Zoom University. I'm going to be staying at home with my family for the term. I made the decision today, actually. I made the decision because my mom My mom may or may not have had the virus. We're not quite sure, honestly, but she kind of still has a little bit of residual symptoms. So I am staying home to make sure that nothing happens to my parents. And to make sure that, like, if somebody needs to take care of them, I will be around to do it. So I am staying home, which is fine. I'm excited. It's gonna make me that much more. I'm not excited to stay home, but it's gonna make me that much more excited to go back to it, get back to school, when things are over. But given the fall term, I was just like, I was so freaked out. I was like, I got sick with the flu last term when I was in Lucas's class, and I was out of it. And I was like, I can't. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. I was like, I'm not going to be lost and alone in Georgia and have to have other people take care of me when I can just be home and have people take care of me, or if my family needs me, you know. But aside from that, I'm excited. Um, oh no, you guys both got sick? I'm so sorry. Oh no, I'm so sorry. You got sick last fall, or did you get sick like these past couple of months here? Oh man. I know that like last year there was kind of like a flu sort of outbreak. I remember getting the flu, and I mean it knocked me down hard. Which is not fun. Not fun. Let me see here. I I don't know what that is. It's fine. We'll figure it out. It's fine. Oh no. Yeah, it's okay. Oh, that's my cat crying. Oh no. Yeah, things just aren't great there. I have to go back. I have to go back because I have to like clean out my apartment and everything. My lease is up, so I gotta go back to clean everything out. I'm like, oh great, yay. Yeah, if your throat felt like it was on fire, it was probably COVID. I mean, I kept going through these random kind of situations where it felt like my throat was really dry. It wasn't sore, it wasn't in pain, but it could have been, my apartment had that flood too. So it could have been that. It could have just been like mold from my apartment. That was making me sick, but like I was eventually just like, you know what? Maybe the air in Georgia has something wrong with it right now. I don't know. Which makes me sad. Oh, girl, no, don't do that. What are you wearing? Okay, you're wearing whatever I put on you. Um, hmm. I mean, this is the '90s, so let me see. I'm gonna go check on my cat really quick, everybody. I'll be right back. She's just wandering around crying. I will be right back. Enjoy, in the meantime, this beautiful screen that I have set up for you so that you don't see my room. She's here to probably cause some destruction. Do you want to say hi? No? She's Who's that? Who's that on the Stelly? She's being oddly docile. I can tell she's mad though. Do you want to see? Oh, sorry. There you go, sweetie. She loves this screen, and by loves this screen, I mean, oh, your apartment had mold too. Yeah, I'm hoping to find a better apartment. Rufaro has actually been helping me, so I think that by the time that I go back, I'm gonna have like a better idea of where I want to live and like where I want to be. I've been looking into some places, and so I'm like, thank goodness. So thank goodness for her help, because I'm just like, ugh. That does not proportionally make sense. A lot of things are not going to proportionately make sense. I'm making this video with only a few days left to finish. No. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it was just, yeah. Oh, also, fun fact about my apartment, they have me moving out on a holiday. So, no one's gonna be there. So I had to call them and I was like, hey, what do y'all want me to do with my keys? And they were like, oh, that's a good question. And I was like, really? Like, why didn't you guys figure, what? You guys didn't realize I was moving out on this date? They didn't realize I was moving out on a holiday. That was interesting. How's this? Oh my god, tiny legs. Tiny, tiny, tiny legs. Oh my gosh. Okay. No. Probably there-ish. The liner consistency has like gotten worse as the stream has gone on. Oh my god. Okay, it's fine. Everything's cool. Everything's alright. We're icy chill. Everything's fine. No. That's horrible. They're literally not even gonna bother to do an inspection with me. They're just they were literally like, you can either move out a day earlier or you can like give us the keys or something the next day. And I was like, so you guys gonna give me my prorated rent back if I move out a day earlier? Like, no, my friends, no. No. They were okay. It's a beautiful little golden light here. That is not what I wanted. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Awful. They're just bad. They're just bad. I'm glad I'm out. I'm glad that they didn't do anything like I was so worried. Kind of a nightmare sort of story when I moved out of my apartment in undergrad. I was living in New York at the time. So New York, I was very, very poor. I was kind of, I remember having to get up in the morning to, the only places that I could eat were at work, or like at a restaurant, because I was living in a hostel for about like 2 weeks. So I remember having to get up in the morning and like having to go to work and, having to, what I had to do and having to like make all my breakfast foods at work, make my lunch while I was at work, which was very stressful. And anyways, when I was living here, when I was living there, there was somebody that called me from my old apartment complex that was like, "Hey, you owe us like," they were like, "You owe us like $1,800." And I was like, "No, I don't, because I moved out and my lease ended." And then when I called them back and I was really upset about it, they were all like, "Oh no, like we didn't say that. I don't know who gave you that information." And I was like, "I don't care who didn't or did give me that information, but like never call me again, please." Ah, okay. Okay, that's how that works. Nope. Okay. So I was worried that this apartment complex was gonna pull that they were gonna pull that nonsense on me because I was just I'm not in the mood. I'm so stressed out, I'm not in the mood. I might become even more of a passive aggressive Minnesotan. I might just go from being passive aggressive to being full on aggressive. Like, oh my gosh. Oh no, dang it, Serafina. It's not me, it's not her fault, it's mine. Okay, here we are. No, actually, I really can't do it like that because I still have to draw her hair. There we are. Yeah, they do. They do, and like they get away with it, and it's just it's I hate it, and especially like with the eviction crisis going on and everything. I hate it even more. Makes me even angrier. Can I like fix this somehow? Can I fix this somehow? Yeah, we need to. Her line art needs to be way smaller. The interesting thing about like the evictions and like there's going to be also like a surge of foreclosures because apparently, and I did not know this, but apparently like how a lot of people make their money through Airbnbs by illegally like buying up different properties or signing leases with different places, and then that's how they rent it out, then they rent them out on Airbnb. So there's like a ton of people that took up, affordable housing and stuff for Airbnb purposes, and they're about to get foreclosed on. They're about to like lose. They're about to like get evicted multiple times. I mean, their credit's just going to be in the toilet. And it's just like, but you were engaging in predatory practices. You were eliminating like affordable housing. I don't feel bad for you, sir. People run like entire real estate empires on Airbnb, and that's something that I didn't know before COVID, and now that I know that, makes the world that much more of a darker place. Okay, just gonna slim this down just a little bit, just so that it doesn't look. I really shouldn't have drawn this at a 10 point, and I know that's a 10 point. I can tell by looking at it. Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's how they do it. That's how they do it. And there's just going to be so many. I mean, I'm hoping that what's going to happen when this is all over is that housing is going to become a little bit more affordable because there's not going to be these people that are like these fake real estate moguls buying up all this space that they don't need, and therefore making the demand seem much higher than it actually is. Um, but then the problem is that there's so many people being evicted right now that it's just like, well, they're going to have bad credit because of the result of eviction. So it's like, how is anybody supposed to find a place to live after this is all over? You're not. We live in a dystopia. Like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, there's people that are already getting evicted too, and it's really scary right now because no one's doing anything about it. Um, yeah. My apartment complex, they thought they were doing us a really big favor when they're like, "We're not gonna charge you service fees to pay your rent." And I'm like, "Why do I have to spend money to pay my rent?" Like, that just seems so stupid. Like, shouldn't it be up to you to, like, wouldn't it be included in my rent that your payment system is operated, using my rent? But no, I guess not. I guess that's ridiculous. And why would I ask that question? That made me so mad though. There we are. Okay. Uh, okay. I think that's okay. That looks fine. Is it perfect? No. Are we going for perfect at this point? Also, no. There are a lot of things that I've learned, thankfully, this past year, such as don't sign up for a film festival before you actually have a film finished. Um, feel like that should be a given, but yeah, I'm learning my lesson the hard way. Sometimes that's what it takes. Alrighty, let's see here. So, do you think that you're just going to be kind of focused on taking like electives and stuff? I'm trying to finish up my last few electives. Um, and I'm thinking also, I was thinking about signing up for post production because I figure that's one that you can do remote, but I don't know. I was originally signed up for film production classes for this fall, but I'm probably a bit because I'm going to be at home. I'm going to end up dropping those to work on smaller production classes. You know, that's fine. We need this to make more of a mess, though. Okay, this needs to look like way more of a mess. There we are. A shirt right there. Can I please have the camera? There we go. Mm-hmm. And then that did not do what I expected it to do. There we are. Okay. I love how I added that tiny minuscule detail, but probably no one will notice. But making the line art good the first time around? Nah. Nah. That's not what we do here on this channel. Here we are. Okay. Give her a little bit more dimension here. That looks way better in terms of proportion. Okay, excellent. We're ready for her hair. Yeah, I'm gonna be taking. So I got into like a horror class that I think is being taught by Professor Devine. So I'm super excited about that because I wanted to take another class with him. And so I'm very, very excited to be able to take that class. And then, see, I was originally signed up to take like 710 and 732, but I'm gonna have to change that because I want to be, if I'm gonna take production classes, I want to be there to use like the hands-on equipment. So I might switch to this class with the horror movie making class and the 717 if I can still get in, or possibly something else. It was really interesting. So I took 747A. Which is directing the documentary. So I took that, and it wasn't applying to the 747 requirement. So I reached out to the admissions advisor and I was like, hey, this isn't applying. And she's like, hey, you're going to need to do like a course substitution request. So I went ahead and I did the course substitution request, and then, Professor Arrear just emailed me and he's like, this has been rejected because you don't need to do that. And I was like, but what? So how do I get it to count towards where I need it to count? So I'm trying to like eliminate all my classes that aren't production related probably within the next couple of months here so that I can just really buckle down and focus on production. Hopefully I could also get an internship because those Warner Brothers internships are have been posted. So I was just like, if I'm gonna be home for a term, I'd rather push out my classes, and then I'm hoping that by the time that I get back, I can start actually working on production classes and things like that again. Maybe start taking smaller courses because I've been taking like 3 courses every term, and it's been fine. I've been managing okay, but it is exhausting. And so I'm like, I'm looking forward to just kind of taking a more chill term this term and just really kind of focusing on a couple things, finishing up a couple things. Yeah. Yeah, the documentary class, yeah. And the thing is that I think it is supposed to count towards 747, so I have to email. I have to email and just be like, so how do I get it to count towards like 2 seminar courses if I don't need them, That doesn't make sense. I'd rather, I came here to, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, I came here to learn production, and yeah. Yeah, my original plan was that I was going to finish in 2 years because I have a friend that actually did the MFA program and she did it in 2 years and she still had to take the 500s. She and I went to undergraduate together. So my original plan was I'm going to do it in 2 years just so that I can get out like as soon as possible. And also like kind of reduce any costs that I would have with living there, living in Atlanta, because I racked up some expenses from living at this current apartment complex. So, yeah. So I was planning on trying to get out in 2 years, but then I realized that kind of I sat down and I did some degree planning. And it's like, no matter what I do, it's not likely that I'm going to get out in 2 years. It's going to be more like 2 years and a term. I just didn't want to have to sign a lease for like, you know, a middle of the year thing or have to like move into dorms for like a few months just so that I could finish up my thesis film, for example, because that's what's really going to push it out. So yeah, originally I was planning on just trying to get out in 2 years, but I can't. So now I'm just kind of taking this term and I'm just going to be like, you know what? I have this opportunity to take things a little bit slower. Let's, or at least focus on some. I can really start working on production once things are a little bit better and kind of get going more. Again. Dang it. Okay, it stopped. All right, great. Okay. Excellent. So yeah, so this upcoming term I think is going to be kind of like a break of a term where I'm probably at most going to take 2 classes or take 1 class and do an internship if I can do that. We shall see. I was taking art history this term, and it was it's been interesting. Art history is an interesting class where I thought that we'd be learning like more facts about history, but instead I think I'm just learning to argue about things that I don't know a lot about. To be quite honest, I'm sitting here arguing about things. I'm like, I don't necessarily. And there are people that I think have a lot of knowledge. Oh, no. Oh, this isn't that kind of chord. Okay. There are people that I think in that course have a ridiculous amount of knowledge on things that I just don't know anything about. And I'm like, did I miss something here? Like, why do you guys all know like this obscure from like 1970s? Like, why do you know who Helen Frankenthaler is? You know? So this class has been interesting to say the least, because I've just been kind of sitting there like, what? What do you mean? What? Yeah. The thing that's also kind of disappointing about this virus is that, like, I don't know, I really hope that it's going to be, you know, kind of finished by the time I start working on my thesis film, because my original thesis film idea was supposed to be like a, yeah, arguing about why this plant isn't, yes, that's exactly what it is. And I'm like, I don't, I, I understand that it's important to know art. Like, I feel like cinema is in context. I actually understood that, and I understood why we were taking it, because it's more of a history on film movements. It still kind of wasn't my favorite course, but at least I can understand now why it fit in better than contemporary art. Because right now, this art history course, I'm just like, I feel like I'm just being taught to argue, and I feel like I should be taught more facts before I know how to argue. Which I feel like is a reasonable request, but they might just be like, that's not what art history is about. Art history is about arguing. I don't want to argue. This isn't something that I feel comfortable nor knowledgeable enough to argue on. Like, sure. The thing that I have formulated a strong opinion on is that I think that Andy Warhol, like, much as his works are iconic, I'm kind of realizing he was a huge pain. Yeah, I'm about to be done. I'm about to be done with it. I'm so excited to be done with it. I like lecture-based courses, okay. Yeah, no. Yeah, I really do. I like lecture-based courses, okay, but it was the cinema studies class and like the art history class, and where I've been like, wow, maybe I'm like kind of ADD or something, because I have a really hard time paying attention or understanding what's going on. I just feel like I'm learning so many different things at once, and I'm not seeing like the connecting threads is the problem. And if I don't see a connecting thread right away, or something that's really applicable to me in real life, aside from this is just this knowledge that you need to have. I kind of feel, you kind of feel a little bit lost. Girl, trim your eyebrows just a little, my love. Speaking of trimming my eyebrows, I need to put mine on. Oh. Face, lip, all of that. Okay, hello, girl. Hello, lovely. I love how I did all this with this one particular shot. So I was planning, originally I was actually planning on having an interactive thesis film. What I was planning on having was a film that like you could make choices. So I wanted it to be kind of like a video game, kind of like a film. I was kind of basing around, it was supposed to be like a murder mystery where you'd have to like guess who the murderer is. Think of it like Scooby-Doo, but kind of gay. Like there's like imagine like if Fred from Scooby-Doo was like a serial killer, but the other friend group didn't know that. So you have to figure out who the serial killer is, and you're locked in a house. And that was like the whole scenario that I wanted to do, because it was all one location and it was just going to be a creepy house. But because we have to kind of limit the number of people that we have on crew, now I'm changing it. So now it is going to be, I think, an animated film. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on doing something with kind of like a commentary on child stars. And so what it is about, it's about like a girl who was the host of kind of like the equivalent of an animated Lazy Town. And it was basically like a one-woman show with little animated characters. So if I probably won't do the animating for it, just for a practical standpoint. I'm probably gonna ask somebody to help animate it and just do like one or two like little characters, things like that. So I hope that it can kind of be like one of these animated hybrid films. I was kind of thinking of that. There's this artist film on Netflix which has like Jake Gyllenhaal in it, and it's really bad. But it's kind of cool. It's like about haunted paintings and like a haunted art gallery. And so I was kind of inspired by that. And I was like, what if you could do that, but like make it a little bit more corny and a little dramatic, and not try to make it necessarily scary, but try to make it a little bit, in your heart, if that makes sense. Wait a minute. Hold up. Okay. There we are. But you know what? No, let's not do that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that I'm going to end up shooting it probably not this spring. I'm probably going to be at SCAD for like a full 3 years now. It's, I think, how the timeline's going to work out. We shall see. Or at least until the end of like winter term next year. Let's fix that. So I hope that I could do the interactive film, but otherwise I would love to do the haunted kind of animated film, because I kind of wanted to do what I did with my first major film that I made at SCAD, which was the Teddy Bear horror film. And I loved working on Teddy Bear, and Teddy Bear was really cool because it was stop motion, and it was it had like regular kind of like 2D animation, and had people in costumes and things like that. So it incorporated just like a lot of different stuff. The sad thing was about that film was that it was going to be, SCAD was going to pay the fee to put it in the Student Emmy, like awards, but those got canceled or something. So I never got to, so it never got to see the light of day, which makes me so sad because everybody was so excited. Everybody that worked on the film was super, super excited. And yeah. Let's see here. How you doing, girl? Why does your face look like that? Let me fix that for you. I will fix that. So that was really sad because everybody that worked on the film. Yep, it was in Lucas like 501 class, yeah. Rufaro helped out with that one a lot. I mean, honestly, she's kind of been a godsend on every production I've worked with her on. She just knows what the hell she's doing, which is great because I don't. I kind of have like the idea. I'm the problem with me is that I think I have ideas, but I have no idea how to execute them. So she's really just like an excellent producer. Fix that nose, maybe. Give it a little cut off at the top there. Actually, I think it just needs to be moved down. Oh, sweet girl, you've got holes right here. Those are going to bleed through. Okay, here we are. No. Yeah, yeah, she's super cool. She's done like just so much stuff. She's had a background in engineering, which I thought was so wild. Um, it's so interesting to hear how you go from like history to film. I mean, film in itself, I think, is more of a science. I think people think of like film as being really artsy, but it's just like there's so much technical stuff to it that yes, it's artsy, but you also have to know like the science behind it. Working with software, working with software and all of that. So I guess I can see like how you can make that kind of jump from that field to that field. So, but it's just always fascinating to me that she knows how to do all these different kinds of things. Here we are. Oh, no, we're not going to do that actually, because that's not a good color. You had a psychology. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. So what made you interested in like film work and everything? Or did the psychology like help you kind of inform why you wanted to study film, or was like the psychology background to like help you write? Because I came from journalism and I've met so many people that like came from a journalism background that went into film, and so like because it's like you want to learn more about but I'm so fascinated by people that came from like backgrounds or like completely different backgrounds that don't necessarily have like that focus on like working with videos. I think that's so cool to like make that change. Wait, why am I making your mouth like that? That don't seem right. Oh my gosh, no, I'm sorry. I apologize. There we go. Really quick. There. Oh, that's cool. So then you've got like that kind of background that helps you write a psychological film. So that's so cool. Yeah. I've had a lot of friends that have studied psychology. One of my best friends, he's now like a teacher and he studied psychology. He still wants to go back into psychology. I took a psychology class when I was in an undergraduate, but surprisingly, like I didn't like it all that much. I took anthropology classes because they kind of helped me learn more about culture, although anthropology as a field is pretty problematic in itself. Let's see here. So this is shot. Let me see here. Wait a minute. Oh. Hold up. I was going to say I was done with the shot, but then I realized, wait. Okay. B. Okay. I think I'm going to call it quits for the night because I think I have to kind of envision how yeah. We'll call it quits here for the night. Because it is 10:30. Goodness, I have to get going. I have work in the morning. And sleep as much as I love it, as much as I'm sorry, try to escape it. It is a good thing, and I should probably just get some sleep. I also think I still have art homework to do, which is fun. But thank you everyone for joining the stream tonight. I feel a lot better about the film. Good night. Thanks so much for joining the stream. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks so much for joining, everybody. I'm hoping to have like a couple more streams this weekend, so just kind of stay tuned on the channel, or like I think if you subscribe and hit the notifications bell, you will get updates on when I start streaming again. So that is something to keep in mind. Yeah, thanks so much for coming, Brian. Thank you for coming, everybody. Sorry about the little hiccup that we had earlier, but I'm glad that we got to get like I think about 3 hours of streaming in tonight. No, I'm dumb. I can't do math. We got 2.5 hours of streaming. Yeah, 2.5 hours though. That's pretty cool. Which was interrupted by an internet disconnection. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Have a good night, everybody.